Black markets, kids ran in their schools, a follower submission. When he was in middle school, there were tons of kids that walked home every single day. Well, this kid had a brilliant idea. He gathered a bunch of bikes, skateboards, and scooters that were in his garage. It was 5 bikes, 5 skateboards, and 5 scooters. He then brought them to school and stored them in this old broken down shed that nobody used. He was going to rent these out to students who had to walk home. Things started off slow at first, but eventually business began booming. He charged kids $20 to rent out a bike, $15 to rent out a scooter, and $10 to rent out a skateboard. At the end of the school day, once customers paid, they were able to take this equipment home with them, as long as they brought it back the next morning. And if somebody didn't bring it back, this guy had bodyguards that worked for him. Eventually, this kid was caught and suspended, but in total, his rental service made him over $600. He ran a business at school and became rich. Okay, not in real money, but school money. Listen up. My followers sent me the story about a kid at his school. This kid went to church, and at that church, there were bowls of candy and bubblegum that were free to the patrons. What he would do is he would take handfuls and handfuls of the gum and bring them to school. And at his school, gum was like gold. People were always trading it and buying it off of each other. But this school had a currency system, like school bucks. If you did well in class or you were well behaved, you would get these school bucks that allowed you to buy a bunch of different things, like passes to come late to class, passes to get in the front of the lunch line. You can buy school supplies, a new locker if you wanted, all with these school bucks. And that's what he charged for the gum he was selling. Business was absolutely booming. In total, this kid made around 3,000 school bucks. Needless to say, he got a bigger locker, he was always first in the lunch line, and he was occasionally late to class with no repercussions. When this guy was a junior in high school, he was student body vice president, and him and his friend wanted to start a business to make some extra money. So what they did was they started selling pizzas. The two of them didn't have a third period, so they would take orders before that, and during that period, they would go to Little Caesars and buy tons of pizzas. They would then bring the pizzas back to school and distribute the goods during lunchtime. The prices were $1 a slice and $5 for 12 slices. They were making absolute bank. They ran this business 5 days a week, and they were selling 8 to 10 pizzas every single day. This business went on for quite some time. In fact, it was getting so big, the school had to shut them down. But in total, they made $2,000 each. That's nuts. One year at one high school, they replaced all of the candy, snacks, and soda in the vending machines with healthier options, like apples and bananas. This person said that there were fig Newtons in there. That's nasty. Well, the day this happened, the seniors got a brilliant idea. Yo, what the heck happened to all the snacks, man? This is crazy. Dude, seriously, I want Cheetos, not a frickin' banana. Wait, I have an idea. What are you thinking, bro? I know a way to get our snacks and make money. Hear me out. You see, the senior class had the earliest lunch, and they had a free period where they were allowed to leave school grounds. Well, this is what they did. Every day, they would leave, buy a bunch of snacks, soda, and treats, bring it back to school, and sell it to the underclassmen at a huge markup. One group would sell dessert treats. The other group would sell chips. Another group would sell soda. Business was absolutely booming, and the senior class was making hundreds and hundreds of dollars. These seniors saw an opportunity and they took it. Gotta respect the hustle. This person is a freshman in college in the state of Mississippi, and everyone in Mississippi loves sweet tea. Well, this dude decided to make his own sweet tea and sell it for cheaper than the school sells it for. He said he perfected his recipe and that his tea is sweeter and tastes much better than the school's. He would run this business out of his dorm. People would come to his door and he would sell them sweet tea in a cup for $3 each. Business was absolutely booming. In 1 month, he made $455. But the school caught on to this, and they told him that he had to stop. He couldn't sell anything like that on school campus. He said, "I'm not selling anything on campus. People are just coming to my door. I'm giving them tea, and they like it so much they give me a tip." At that point, the school couldn't enforce the policy anymore, and he went along with his business. By December of this year, he will have made $2,100. He plans to start selling hot chocolate as well. This kid went to a private high school with a very strict dress code, and if anyone didn't follow the dress code, like they forgot a tie or they weren't wearing a belt, they would get detention. This kid wanted to make some extra money, so this is what he did. He went to the thrift store and bought a bunch of ties, belts, shoes of different sizes, even pants and polo t-shirts. He would wash them every day and fold them neatly inside of his locker. And that's how he started his school uniform rental business. If anyone forgot an item of clothing, they would come to him. "Hey, yo, dude. Yes, hello, my good friend. What can I do for you? I forgot my tie today, and the teacher is looking for me right now. What do you got?" "Bro, I got you. I got blue and black ties. What do you want?" "Black tie, please." "You want to rent it for the day or the week?" Just today." "All right, $10. You can return the tie to me here at the end of school, okay?" He was making bank, and he was a savior to his classmates. In the end, he made about $600. One of my followers sent me this website he made. He currently runs this crazy business at his school. It's basically a fight club. So here's how it works. People at his school go on his website, and this is the first thing they see. Welcome. It says you can go to the for sale page and tell them what you want them to start selling. Right now they're sold out, but they sell tons of candy and snacks. But here's the biggest thing they do. They sell tickets to school fights. $10 for a back row view, $15 for second row, $25 for front row, and $50 for very front row. And this is how they get their fighters. If you want to be a fighter, you check this box, and they will pay you $50 after the fight. They also have job applications. Their employee schedule is on the website as well. This is just absolutely crazy. When this girl was in first grade, she had a bunch of old Barbies that she never played with, and she wanted to make some money. So she got an idea. She cut off all the hair on all of her Barbies and put them in separate Ziploc bags. She would then bring these bags of hair to school and tell all the kids at her school that the bags of hair were from celebrities like Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, and these kids believed her. She charged $1.50 per bag, and the most popular bag was Justin Bieber's hair. In total, she made $50, but the parents of students were complaining to the school, asking, "Why are my kids coming home hungry?" Turns out, the way these kids paid for the hair was by giving her their snack money. The principal then found out about this and she was shut down. What an evil genius. This kid is a savage for this. Up until she was around 7 years old, whenever her family went to a restaurant, she would notice the money sitting at the table at the end of the dinner. What is that? Obviously, the cash is what her parents were leaving for the tip, but she didn't know that. So every time they went out to eat, and she saw the money at the end of the dinner as they were walking out, she would take it and shove it in her pocket. When they would get home, she would slip the money back into her mother's purse and not say anything about it. Like I said, this happened for years, and they went out to eat a lot, so that's a lot of tip money. One day when she was 7 years old, she made a comment to her parents. "Mom, Dad, why are you guys always leaving money at restaurants? It happens every single time. I always take it and put it back in your purse, Mom, but still, you guys should try to remember that." Excuse me, what? What? You owe me a huge thank you. Yo, that's the tip. Sweetie, that's the tip. When did you say you started doing this? I don't know, probably 4 years ago? Oh my god. Now sit down, sweetie, we gotta have a talk. This petty revenge is chef's kiss. The person that shared this story said that one night she was driving home after a long, hard day at work, and she decided to stop at her favorite cookie store. It was right before closing, but she wanted to get in there really fast and take a cookie home for her and her husband.
Hi, yes, I know you're closing soon, but I just want to get 2 cookies.
Well, as she was walking up to the counter to place her order, a man rushes into the store, pushes her out of the way, and cuts her in line. Yeah, excuse me. What? Yeah, hi, I wanna... sorry, bro, she was definitely here before you. Well, she was still kind of mad about the situation, so when she went to place her order...
Thank you so much. I'll take every single cookie you have in the store.
You want our entire stock?
Yes.
What? Sorry, bro, we actually just ran out. It's crazy. Here's your cookies. Thank you. You. Alright, the slap didn't happen, but everything else was true. Still, that guy sucks. Good for her. Here's a crazy McDonald's story. So the person that shared this said that she used to work at McDonald's. Well, this lady pulls through and orders a large high C. The girl working the drive-thru said that when they pulled up to pay and get their drink, she heard a lot of people in the car giggling, but she didn't really think too much of it. So she takes her money. All right, that's $2.50. Thank you. And here's your drink. Then, not even 2 seconds later, as she was turning around, she heard the lady in the car scream, "Fire in the hole!" The woman in the car then threw the large drink directly at the drive-thru worker. But somehow the worker was quick, and she managed to ninja chop that cup directly back into that person's car. Oh! It's all over me! The customer who threw the cup then got very mad and demanded that she speak to a manager. I want to speak to a manager right now. This is unacceptable. The drive-thru worker then tells her manager what happened. He took her picture, posted it in the front of the McDonald's, and they banned her from that McDonald's for the rest of her life. This employee was the worst. The person that shared this story said that she used to work at Starbucks, and she was a manager there. Well, one day, it was this girl's first day on the job. She was just hired. At the end of the day, the manager asked her,
"So, we're almost done. I just need you to go into the back and do the dishes for me, okay?" Okay, yeah, I will go do them right now.
Well, about 30-40 minutes pass, and the manager's like, "Wait, where's this new girl? She should be done by now." She goes in the back to check on her. She sees her standing over the dishes, silently crying to herself.
What's going on? I don't know how to do this. Do what? This. You take the sponge, and you scrub the dishes. That's it. Oh no, I can't. You know what? I'm gonna leave. What? I'm leaving. I quit. What?
So the situation was, this girl was 20 years old, it was her first day at Starbucks, her family was very rich, and they had maids that did all that stuff. She just couldn't bring herself to do it, so she quit and left. This is the dumbest school rule ever. This middle school had the stupidest rule where students had to walk upstairs one step at a time. Well, you know how sometimes when you're walking up the stairs, you'll skip a step and walk 2 steps at a time to get to the top faster? Well, this school had something called a service squad. It was people that would stand in every stairway in the school, and if any student skipped a step, they were made to go back down and come back up the right way. You, skip the step, back down, do it again. I hate this school. That's absolutely ridiculous. This kid's parents had the weirdest rule. This girl said that when she was a kid, she spent a lot of time at her best friend's house. Well, her friend's mom had this rule where they weren't allowed to drink more than 1 glass of water in the afternoon, no matter how thirsty they were. Her mom thought more water would dilute the nutrients in your body, which doesn't make a lick of sense. Well, this girl would get thirsty, and 1 glass of water wasn't enough for her. So what she would do was she would go to the bathroom and drink water out of the sink anytime she got thirsty. Well, one day, her friend's mom caught her. Hi, yeah, what the heck are you doing? Huh? I'm sorry, I'm just very thirsty. You know the rule here. Are you disrespecting my rule? Are you disrespecting me? No, ma'am, I'm just really thirsty. Get out of my house now. She kicked her out, and she didn't let her daughter hang out with her ever again. This girl's classmate was petty for this. They were in 1st grade, and one day they were just sitting in class. Kayla. Oh my god, why'd you bite yourself? Stacy, you're bleeding. Mister? Yeah, Stacy? I'm bleeding. Oh my goodness, how did that happen? Kayla bit me. What? No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I didn't bite her. So what, she bit herself then? Yes. Go to the principal right now, that is not okay. Stacy, I'll get you a Band-Aid. Thank you. I hate my life. Back in middle school, this kid and his friend used to be those guys. You know, those guys who could get you anything. Gum, they got you. Snacks, they got you. Any drink you want, they got you. Homework passes, Pokemon cards, bathroom passes, they could get it. They were constantly making tons of money. Their business was seriously booming. At one point, they ventured out to do something a bit more risky. They began a service where they would get people dates to a school dance. It was a tough venture, and it cost a lot, but they learned that everyone has a price. Well, the selling dates side business ended when they got this kind of nerdy kid a date to the Christmas dance. However, the girl had a boyfriend, and the girl's parents wondered why she wasn't going to the dance with her boyfriend. The boyfriend found out, got really mad, and the whole story unraveled. These 2 guys got suspended, and they had to shut down all of their businesses. In total, by the end of middle school, these 2 guys made over $7,000. You gotta respect the hustle. The person that shared this story said that when he was growing up, there was a kid in his neighborhood who wasn't allowed to chew gum at all. Hey bro, you want a piece of gum? Oh, I wish, but I can't, man. My parents don't let me chew gum. Okay, but your parents aren't here. How would they know? Oh, they'll know. He eventually got tired of this rule, and he wanted to chew gum, so he thought of something that was kind of a loophole. Instead of chewing gum, he would cut up small pieces of leather, and he would soak the pieces of leather in sugar water for a few hours. Once they were nice and soggy, he would chew on them and pretend it was gum. I thought you weren't allowed to chew gum. Oh, it's not gum, it's a piece of leather. Oh, nice. When this guy was in middle school, he said that he was kind of a bully. Well, one day he was bullying this kid at lunch, throwing stuff at him. Hey, loser. What, Chad? Ow. Dude, stop. Dude, stop. That's when a football player who was twice his size came up to him. Hey, bro. Hey, what's up, man? You think picking on people is funny? Come on, man, look at him. He's a loser. How would you like it if I picked on you? And from that day on, he never picked on anyone ever again. This high school principal did this thing where he would hypnotize students during school functions and stuff like that. 3, 2, 1, you are now asleep. And wake up. Oh my god. That was crazy. The students loved it. It was awesome. However, one year, the school superintendent found out that this principal had been hypnotizing the football team before games. At the snap of my fingers, you will all wake up and you will win this game. All right, let's go. Now, obviously, the hypnosis didn't really work because that football team was pretty bad. However, the superintendent still said it was cheating, and that principal was fired. The weirdest school of all time. This high school had a weird tradition where every year around the holidays, the school principal would dress up like Santa Claus. And every day for a week leading up to Christmas break, he would sit in the lunchroom, where the high school students had the option to pay to sit on his lap and tell him what they wanted for Christmas. And remember what I said at the beginning of this video, this is at a high school. The crazy part is, students actually paid him, and there was usually a long line to sit on his lap. My favorite comebacks, let's dive right in. Hey Kyle? Oh hi Stacy, what's up? I was wondering, if you wanted to go to the dance with me. Oh, you know, ew, I'm just kidding, I would never go to the dance with you, you're so gross. Hey Stacy. What? Maybe you should try eating your makeup next time. It might fix your super ugly personality. What? Hey, don't talk to her like that, loser. Oh, hi Chad. I would smack you in the face right now, but I'm against animal abuse, so... What did you just say to me? Actually, never mind. Did you just shit your pants? No, I didn't. I promise you, I didn't. Chad, I think you just shit your pants. Oh my god, it stinks. You did, didn't you? Oh no,
Ew, Chad pooped his pants.
Gross. Hey bro, that's nasty.
Hey, what's up, Jason? Hey, Seth. Oh, hey, Chad. Chad, hi. What? We heard what happened yesterday during lunch, and, you can't sit at the bullies table anymore. We actually filled your spot. What? Who? Carl. Yeah, he's a bully now. Hey, Chad. Alright, I'll just sit over here then.
The rest of Chad's high school career was absolutely miserable. Nobody forgot the day he shit his pants. Not even on his graduation day.
Chad Johnson.
Hey, that's the kid that pooped his pants.
Chad smells like poop.
Chad smells like poop.
For the next 15 years, Chad blamed Kyle for ruining his life. He waited for the day to be able to get back at him. And finally, that day came.
Chad! Hi! How are you? Hi, Kyle. How are things? I've spent every day thinking about what you did to me in school. What are you talking about? What do you mean, what am I talking about? Me pooping my pants? You did that! Chad, that was so long ago, man. I'm married now. I have a kid. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I bet your kid is so annoying, he makes his Happy Meal cry. That's actually a pretty good one, Chad. I wished the best for you, but today proves what I always thought. Your only purpose in life is to be an organ donor. For old time's sake, huh?
Mommy, I think that guy just pooped. Come here, sweetie. Get away from that disgusting man.
The craziest things people gave to Goodwill. Welcome to Goodwill, how can I help you? Hi, yes, I want to donate this box of stuff, please. Of course, yeah, we can just, we'll get this all sorted away for you, and then... Damn, she's quick. Well, later that day, they were going through the box of stuff she donated. It was mostly normal stuff, but there was one thing in it that was super weird. Yo, what the heck? Steven, come here. Hey, yo, what's up, Sync? Look at this. Yo, dude, this is someone's ashes. It was somebody's ashes. A cremated person. And on the box, it said Gregory. I think that lady gave her dead husband to us. When something like this happens, they call corporate, and they're supposed to send someone to take care of it. Well, no one came, and days passed. They ended up putting Gregory on a shelf in the office. Gregory has become a part of the work family. Whenever there's a new employee, the first thing they do is introduce them to Greg. Whenever something strange happens in the store, they blame it on Greg. They all truly love Greg. Weirdest household rules ever. When this kid was like 8 years old, he was hanging out at his friend's house, and they were playing video games in his friend's room upstairs. Well, this kid had to pee very bad, so he went to the bathroom on the second floor of the house, and he started peeing. Well, somehow his friend's mom knew he was peeing in that upstairs bathroom, and she rushed up there and started banging on the door. Excuse me, what are you doing in here? Kyle? You better not be peeing. She said he couldn't pee in that bathroom because this bathroom is for nighttime peeing only and it's daytime right now. You can't be peeing in here. So she made this kid stop peeing midstream and she sent him to the downstairs bathroom to finish. When he finished and left the downstairs bathroom, she was standing there waiting for him. I bet you learned your lesson, huh? Yeah, I called your mom. She's on her way to get you right now. You are never allowed here ever again. But never again. I was almost mugged, but this is how I got out of it. I was walking home to my apartment on a cold, snowy Chicago evening, and I decided to take a shortcut. As I was walking through the alleys, I heard someone behind me yell, "Hey man, come here." And because it was late and I was skeptical, I just kept on walking, but he started following me. It was definitely a little sus. This is the point where I started straight up running to my apartment. I'm running and this guy's chasing me. I finally see the back of my apartment when I slip and fall on a big sheet of ice. At this point, the guy was catching up to me and I was like, alright, he's gonna get me, oh well. And I just started crying, screaming, flailing around. And what I didn't know at the time is that when I fell on the ice, my pants fell down too. And this guy gets to me, and I'm preparing for the worst. But I guess my pantsless screaming self made him feel very uncomfortable because all he said was, "Oh hell no," and he ran away. And that's how I avoided being mugged. Facts about celebrities that nobody really talks about. Matthew Perry from Friends lost a part of his middle finger after he slammed it in a car door when he was 3 years old. You can see it right here in this screenshot from a Friends episode. Elvis Presley was actually a natural blonde, but he started using black shoe polish to darken his hair because he thought it made him more handsome. Denzel Washington has dislocated his pinky finger so many times that sometimes it just falls out of place. In 1978, Tim Allen, known for his roles in Home Improvement and The Santa Claus, was caught with 1.4 pounds of cocaine on him. He was facing some serious prison time, but he snitched on other dealers in exchange for a smaller sentence. When Angelina Jolie was 22, she hired a hitman to kill her. She was going through a really tough time and wanted to escape, but the hitman was a decent enough person to ask her if that's what she really wanted. He told her to think about it and call him in 2 months. Well, she changed her mind. She said something changed, and she decided to stick it out. The worst things people did in school. One day in middle school, one of the popular students wanted to mess with a kid that was bullied often. They were in class, and when this kid went to the bathroom, the popular kid cut the straps of his backpack. Hey, watch this. A few minutes after the kid got back, he noticed. What the heck? Did you do this? Loser. Turns out that kid's family didn't have a lot of money at all, so for the rest of the school year he had to carry around his backpack in his hands because he couldn't afford a new one.
Nice backpack, loser.
Kids that were legends in their high school. A follower submission. This guy sent me a story of how he became popular at his school. Recently, this guy moved to a brand new school. He had no friends and nobody knew who he was. Well, one day in class, he heard one of the popular kids say, "I'm hungry for some pizza." And that gave him an idea. He asked to go to the bathroom, and when he was in the bathroom, he went on DoorDash and ordered a few pizzas to be delivered to the school. The pizzas arrived when he was still in class, so he told the driver just to leave it in the office with his name on it. When lunch came around, he went to the office, grabbed the pizzas, and found that popular kid who said he was hungry for pizza, and gave him a whole box. That kid and his friends were hyped. He then took the other pizzas and sold a few slices to other students. He made 20 bucks, but after that, he was no longer a nobody. He became pretty popular, and now everyone calls him the Pizza Boy. Nice. This man tried to get revenge on somebody that killed him in a video game. Julien Barreau was a 20-year-old Counter-Strike player living in France. But one day in the game, someone stabbed him and killed his character. Well, that did not make him happy at all. He spent months hunting down the opponent that killed him, and he eventually found him. He entered his house and stabbed him multiple times. Luckily, the victim survived. The knife missed his heart by centimeters. The judge called Barreau a menace to society and sentenced him to 2 years in prison and anger management lessons. I feel like they went too easy on him. What do you think? Craziest things teachers caught their students with. This teacher said that one day when he was trying to give a student a detention, the student pulled out an Uno Switch card and genuinely thought that would get him out of it. That's not how it works, my friend. This next teacher said that one day he confiscated a makeshift taser from one of his students. The kid had rigged it by using multiple 9-volt batteries, wire, tape, and a button that was taken off from a toy. And the last one. At this one elementary school, a student came in with a bag. The teacher was kind of concerned, so she looked inside the bag, and turns out there was a live baby in there. Apparently, this kid wanted to show her friends her brand new little brother. My question is, how'd the parents let this happen? Sus. This teacher's a savage for this. This high school freshman English teacher was kinda crazy. Whenever students wouldn't be quiet in class, he would straight up cuss them out in front of everybody. And if that didn't work, he had a backup plan. So I told her that no, we cannot be friends. I think you're a baddie. And she told me that she thinks I'm ugly. So I think that's not fair. I'm very handsome. Hey, Kevin! This is the second time I'm asking you to be quiet today. You know what happens now. Oh no. If students didn't listen after being cussed out, he would take the chalkboard eraser and chuck it at them as hard as he could. He didn't do this to inflict pain. He did this because he knew that chalkboard erasers would leave a mark on their clothing. So when the misbehaving students left after class was over, everyone would know who pissed off the English teacher.
Hey, yo, look at Kevin. He messed you up, Kevin. You're still ugly, Kevin.
I told the story of when he was a senior in high school. He didn't have a car, so he took the bus home every single day. Well, he noticed at one of the stops there was a dog in the middle of the road who had obviously passed away. Well, at the stop, a girl got off the bus with her friend. Her friend goes, "Oh my God, Stacy, look, it's a dead puppy." "Oh yeah, that's mine. We got him last weekend, but he was hit by a car today. My dad will just buy me a new one, so it doesn't really matter. Come on, let's go inside." Sounds like that girl is a sociopath. This kid's school was kindergarten through 4th grade. Well, there was a stupid rule where during lunch, kids had to be silent. There was a big table in the front of the lunchroom with 2 cups on it. 1 green cup and 1 red cup. Well, every day that red cup would sit on the table for the majority of lunchtime. Red meant no talking. Here's where the green cup came into play. 5 minutes before lunch was over, they would switch out the cups, remove the red cup, and put the green cup. That meant kids can finally talk, but only for the last 5 minutes of lunch. Do you like anime? Ew, no. Do you like anime? They were only allowed to talk for 5 minutes. That's bogus, in my opinion. Crazy things teachers confiscated from students. This woman used to teach kindergarten through 4th grade, and everyone in the school knew that she loved cats so much. Well, one day it was her birthday, and she was walking down the hallways when this kindergartner came up to her, very excited. "Hey miss, excuse me?" "Hey there, Kevin, how are you?" She noticed that his backpack was moving, and there were sounds coming out of it. "I brought you something." He hands her the backpack. She opens it and sees a... "Oh my God, it's a cat. It's a live cat. What is going on? Where did you get this?" "Enjoy it, miss. Happy birthday." And the kid runs away. Turns out this kid knew how much his teacher loved cats. So that morning, he took his family cat, put it in his backpack, and brought it to school to give it to her as a gift. Rightfully so, that cat was very angry. She called the kid's parents, and they came to take the family cat home. So the middle school student was voted most likely to succeed by all of his peers. Everyone loved him. He was very popular. Well, a week after that, he was on the news.
Good afternoon, we are here with Kyle Mellon, who is being called a hero after helping put out a fire that started on the school bus. Kyle, what do you think of all this?
It's crazy. Yeah, I was just sitting on the bus and I started to smell smoke. The bus stopped and I helped everyone get out and I helped pour water on the fire and here we are. I just had to do the right thing.
Well, it sounds like you did the right thing, Kyle, and we all thank you. I have been Tracy Stevenson here at Channel 2 News.
He was a hero, but that changed pretty quickly. The school was able to recover the security footage on the school bus, and what they saw wasn't what they expected.
Good evening. We have an update on the school bus fire. Apparently, the fire was started by Kyle Mellon, the kid that we called a hero. I just wanted to update you and tell you that he is no longer a hero.
One day, this preschool teacher saw a 4-year-old playing with something shiny. "Johnny, what is that?" It's nothing. Let me see that. It was a diamond ring. Where did you get this? It was on Mommy's dresser. And why did you take it? Because I want to give it to Stacy. I'm in love with her. You can't be giving things like that away. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna give it to your mom when she picks you up, okay? 2 days later, that teacher sees Stacy playing with something weird. "Stacy, what are you playing with? Let me see it." "Where did you get these?" "Johnny gave it to me." It was the keys to a Ford truck and a bottle of cologne. Apparently, this kid thought since he couldn't give her the diamond ring, he would just take his dad's car keys and cologne and give it to her instead. You won't believe what happened at this high school. The person that shared this story said that when he was a sophomore in high school, there was this weird girl. She was about 15. It was the beginning of the year, and nobody had any classes with her. They only ever saw her at lunch, and like I said, she was kind of weird. "So what'd you do for Christmas?" "It's September." "What? She was innocent, but it was just weird stuff like that. People didn't really get her vibe. And this went on for a few weeks, until one day during lunch, a group of hospital officials entered the school, found this girl, and took her with them. Turns out this girl wasn't 15 years old. She was just a very tiny 30-year-old woman who had escaped from a mental hospital and found her way to the local high school. At this kid's middle school, there was a rule that nobody was allowed to chew gum ever. Well, one day, this kid was chewing gum. His teacher saw this and said, "Kyle, spit it out. You know the rule. Thank you. See me after class." After class? You wanted to see me? You need to write me a 2,000-word paper on the history of pizza. That's your punishment. Give it to me on Monday. He spent the entire weekend writing this paper. When he got back to school on Monday, that teacher was out sick, so there was a substitute. Tuesday, the same thing. On Wednesday, when that teacher finally returned, "Here's the paper you wanted me to write." "Kyle, what paper?" "The paper." "What paper, Kyle?" "The pizza paper." "The pizza paper?" "The pizza paper!" "Oh, throw that in the garbage. I don't really want to read it." This one high school had the dumbest school rule ever, where students had to ask before taking a sip of anything. At lunchtime, kids were fine, but if you were in class and you wanted to have a sip of water, you had to ask the teacher, "May I have a sip of my water, please?" "Okay, thank you." Well, one kid that attended this high school told a story. It was getting close to summer, and he was sitting in class. The AC wasn't working very well at all, and he was thirsty. "Steven, did you ask me?" "Huh? Oh my god, no, I forgot, but I'm so sorry. It's just so hot in here, miss, and I'm like dehydrated." "I don't care, you didn't ask me." "I know, I'm sorry. Give me your water bottle and head to the principal's office right now." "Okay, here." What the frick? He went to the principal's office and the principal gave him a detention. Some parents heard about the situation and they got super mad. The school changed the rule shortly after. In 2010, a 12-year-old girl was sitting in class one day, doodling on her desk. Squeepy-doop-ba-doo, squeepy-doop-ba-dee. The teacher saw this and secretly called 911. The police showed up, put her in handcuffs, and marched her out of school. "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything."
Why is she getting arrested? I heard she killed a squirrel.
What did she doodle on her desk, you asked? She wrote, "I love my friends, Abby and Faith." Why would they arrest her for that? One day at school, this kid was just walking down the hallway at a regular pace. "Sometimes I feel like everybody is a sexy baby." When out of nowhere, another kid slams in behind him because he was running down the hallway. Ah, what the heck? Dude, watch where you're going. Are you okay? "Kyle." "What?" "To the principal's office right now." Why do you sound like a gremlin when you're angry? "Excuse me?" "See, right there. To the principal's office right now." "Oh, he hurt me, miss. He hurt me." "But I didn't do anything. He ran into me." "No, you got in his way. This is not fair. You know, your mother was in my class when I was in school, and she was a just like you. I hope you die alone. I'll walk myself to the principal's office. Oh, get up, you're fine.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, prank man?
কে?
একটু হলেই তো তোমার ফোন হাওয়া হয়ে যেত।
তুই তোর ফোন আর কোনোদিন পাবি না।
কেন?
তোর বাবা তো তোর ফোনটাকে একদম আছাড় দিয়ে ভেঙে শেষ, এমনকি পানিতে চুবাইছে।
আউট অফ কিউরিওসিটি হয়তো দেখা করব, বাট আই এম নট দ্যাট মাচ ইজি। অলওয়েজ রিমেম্বার।
আজকে যদি তারা না থাকতো আজকে তো দিতাম একদম। এই খালি স্কার্টেন গার্ডেন।
এই যে আপু, এসব গার্ডেন ফার্ডেন যায় না, আমার ভাই ব্রাদাররা আছে, আপনার একদম কামড়ায় দিবে। না 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 ব্রো, এই যে আপনার ফোন প্র্যাঙ্ক ছিল ব্রো, চিল চিল চিল। রাকিব ভাই, আপনি এসআই রাকিব ভাই না? আপনার কথা আমি অনেক শুনছি। আপনি কিন্তু মানে বুঝের লোক। টেজে তোলেন।
এই হোসেন আলী, ক্যামেরা আগেই কইছিলাম আমার বস ফেমাস। হ্যাঁ 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 ভাই, একটু যদি ধরতে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ শিওর।
স্যার কিভাবে যে কনফার্ম হয়?
এটা তো এদিকে না, 3 নাম্বার গেট ওইদিকে, শঙ্করগলি বোধহয় গেটের বাইরে। আপনি ভুল আসছেন, জান।
ভুল আসছে, কিন্তু আমি কি চিনতে পারবো?
ও আচ্ছা, আপনি দ্যাট বোরখা গার্ল।
চিনতে পেরেছো তাহলে না?
আই লাইক গুড গার্লস। ফলো কর তো, ফলো কর, যা। ইফতে কই যায় দেখবি, যা। তাহলে জীবনে প্রথম কাউরে প্র্যাঙ্ক করতে যায়, নিজেই আজকে প্র্যাঙ্ক হয়ে গেল।
তুমি আমাকে বলেছো যে তুমি তোমার কোনো বয়ফ্রেন্ড নাই।
না না, বয়ফ্রেন্ড না, আমি ওর বয়ফ্রেন্ড, আমি ওর ফিয়ান্সে। ওর সাথে আমার বিয়ে নেক্সট।
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
আমার জন্য?
এটা তোমার জন্য। একটা নতুন ফোন দিলাম।
এই জন্য তাহলে তোমরা এতক্ষণ নাটক করছো?
নাটক না, তোমার ফোনটা পুরনো হয়ে গেছে।
কেন
নতুন ফোন।
আমরা প্র্যাঙ্ক করতে পারি না?
একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট কথা ছিল তোমার সাথে। এমন করলে কেমন হয় যদি এই এন্টারটেইনমেন্ট জার্নিতে আমি জয়েন করি তোমার সাথে?
শোনো, আমি একটা জিনিস ভাবতেছিলাম।
কি বলো তো?
সেটা হচ্ছে যে আই থিঙ্ক উই ক্যান বি আ ভেরি গুড টিম। জীবনে তো কোনো হাফ ডান প্র্যাঙ্কের ইতিহাস নেই, আজকে এটারে ফুল ডান করে ছাড়বো। ভাই
ওকে আই শুড গো নাও, আই শুড গো নাও।
না না, হি জাস্ট গো নাও। ঠিক আছে।
এপ্রিল ফুল, আজকে 1 এপ্রিল। তুমি সবাইকে বোকা বানাও, আমরা আজকে তোমাকে বোকা বানিয়েছি।
নেন, মানব কল্যাণে ম্যাক্স আগে আসবে, এটাই তো স্বাভাবিক।
হ্যালো, আরে ঠিকানা তো খুঁজে পাচ্ছি না, আপনি কোন ঠিকানা দিছেন?
খারাপ হবে না, তাছাড়া তুমি তো দেখতে শুনতে ভালোই সুন্দরী। একটা সুন্দরী মেয়ে যদি টিমের সাথে থাকে, খারাপ কি? আইড লাভ টু, নো ওয়ারিজ।
শেষ।
মাই ফোন, আমার কষ্ট করে কেনা ফোন।
শাট আপ, একটা কথা আর বলবি না।
কি সমস্যা? কি সমস্যা তোমাদের?
তুমি নাকি আমার ফোন ভেঙে ফেলছো?
ফোনটা তো আনাই হইছে, খুঁজে না এখন।
দেখেন, আপনারা যে আমাকে থানা নিচ্ছেন, আপনাদের থানাও কিন্তু আমার ফ্যান ফলোয়াররা ঘেরাও করে ফেলবে। হোসেন ভাই, ম্যান, আপনারা একটু পর আমার সাথে সেলফি তুলতে চান, তখন আমি তুলবো না।
থানা নিয়ে যান, থানা নিয়ে যান। শোন, ওই যে ও দেখ শুয়ে আছে ও। আজকে বেটার 3 নাম্বার গাছটা তার পেছনে গিয়ে তুই কিন্তু দাঁড়াবি, ঠিক আছে? ঠিক আছে, আজকে বেটার খবর আছে।
আরো নেক্সট লেভেল। হাউ?
আমার মাথায় একটা আইডিয়া এসেছে। ওই কন্টেন্ট যদি তুমি বানাতে পারো, একদম হিট, ভাইরাল হয়ে যাবে একদম।
তুই এটা করতে পারলি?
কেন মা, ও কি কম ফুটফুটে? পুরো ব্ল্যাক ডায়মন্ড, দেখো মা।
আমার না মাথা ঘুরতেছে।
আমার নেক্সট আপকামিং 5টা প্রজেক্টের ফুটেজ ছিল এই ফোনটাতে। তোমরা এটা কেন করছো এই ফোনটার মধ্যে? ফোনটার মধ্যে আমার কত জরুরি জরুরি ফুটেজ ছিল আমার।
শোন,
হোয়াট দ্য ফাক? এই আপনি কে এসব কি করছেন আপনি? দেখতে মানুষের মতো আর ভূতের মাস্ক পরে ভয় দেখানো। হ্যাঁ, আমি কখনো তাকে দেখিনি, চিনিও না ইভেন। এই কে আপনি? হোয়াট দ্য হেল? আপনি জান
হু আর ইউ? ওয়েট, বলছি একটা সেকেন্ড।
ম্যাক্স ভাই, স্যার নিজেও তো আপনার খুব ফ্যান দেখলাম। ভাই একটা যদি সুযোগ দেন একটা সেলফি তুলে রাখ।
নো 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 নো
69/2 শঙ্কর গলিটা কোন দিকে?
শঙ্কর গলিতে আপনি পার্কের মধ্যে পাবেন না।
আচ্ছা পার্ক তো বুঝলাম, 3 নাম্বার গেটটা কোন দিকে পার্কের?
পার্কের 3 নম্বর গেট তো ওইদিকে।
সুবর্ণ আপু, আপনার বেবি কি হলো? সুবর্ণ আপু, আপনার বেবি। আল্লাহ, কি হয়েছে?
তোমার জিনিসটা ঝামেলা আছে। ঝামেলা হচ্ছে যে সব নষ্ট হয়ে যাবে। প্যারাই না।
আর শোনো, টিন্ডারে ম্যাচ হওয়া মানেই কিন্তু আই এম নট রেডি ফর হুক আপ। আজ দেখা হবে, কাল ডেট হবে, আমি এরকম মেয়ে না।
যত সব ফেক আইডি, এতদিন ফেসবুকে সব ফেক আইডি দেখতে, এখন বাস্তবে ঘুরে বেড়াও। যত সব যাবেন ফাজিল কোথাকার।
বলছিলাম না যে আপনারে আমার সেলফি তুলতে চাবেন
না,
তখন তো পাত্তা দেন নাই ভাই।
স্যার আমি তো খুবই সরি স্যার, নিজে তো আপনার বড় ফ্যান। একটা সুযোগ দেন, একটা সেলফি।
ওইটা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা দেখেন তো, এখানে তো তাই লেখা না। 3 নাম্বার গেট, আবার পার্ক, আবার শঙ্কর গলি, বুঝতেছি না।
3 নম্বর গেট ওইদিকে।